Today, my little brother's fiancé came over to meet us for the first time. Our relatives gathered, and we were all eagerly anticipating this new addition to the family. However, the visit took an unexpected turn. "But you're just a burden in this society, having your little brother support you," she bluntly criticized me to my face. Though I had always wished for my brother's happiness, hearing such harsh words from his fiancé hit me hard. Yet, her comment also illuminated the deep-seated feelings my brother had been harboring. My name is Sylvia Gibson, and my little brother Tristan and I share a significant 14-year age gap. Since his birth, I've been taking care of him alongside our mom. We used to be a close-knit family of four: mom, dad, Tristan, and me. But one day, tragedy struck our happy family. I was 18 when it happened. We were out shopping, and on the way back, the car's tire blew out, causing us to crash hard into a wall. That accident took away our dad, who was driving, and our mom, who was in the passenger seat. I ended up with a lasting injury on my legs from being trapped in the back seat. Miraculously, Tristan, who was sitting next to me, came out unscathed. Our real struggle began from there. With our parents gone, it was just the two of us trying to make a life. Although we received support from our grandma and other relatives, we didn't want to leave the house we had shared with our parents. It was a strong wish we both held on to. At that time, I was about to graduate from high school. I decided to forego college and work instead, hoping to support us. However, reality hit hard. Life was not easy. With my mobility limitations from the leg injuries, my job options were limited. Despite these challenges, I pushed through, working hard at any job I could manage and taking care of Tristan. Since I couldn't attend college, I had a deep desire for Tristan to earn a degree. I worked relentlessly toward that goal every day. It was tough, but watching him grow kept me motivated and encouraged. Eventually, he made it to college. After graduating, he found a job and stepped into the real world. I'll never forget the image of him in a suit, confidently leaving for his first day of work. As time passed, I aged. Before I knew it, I turned 40 last month. Tristan and I still live together. Since he started working, he has been contributing to the household finances every single month. I can't help but be impressed by his consistent support. Now in his third year in the workforce, he is 26 and has grown into a responsible young man. Just when I thought he had fully settled into his job, he revealed something unexpected. "Listen, Sylvia, asked my girlfriend to marry me," he said, all shy and embarrassed. He wanted to introduce his fiancée to me. My heart swelled with joy as I listened to him. I thought he had matured into a good man and was super excited to meet her. She's gorgeous. It was love at first sight for me. She finally said yes after my persistent pursuit, Tristan said, surprising me with his passionate side. As he spoke fervently, I found it adorable and couldn't help but smile. "We're thinking about the wedding once we've saved up some money. For now, we're considering getting the paperwork done and moving in together," he explained. "Well, if you say so, I have no objection. You should introduce her to Grandma and Uncle Jason too," I suggested. He agreed with my suggestion. Grandma and Uncle Jason were the relatives we had been most indebted to. I promptly contacted them, and they were just as delighted. "Wow, he's getting married already? That's great news. It's all thanks to your hard work, Sylvia." "Congratulations," they said. I expressed my heartfelt gratitude for their blessings. "We couldn't have made it without your support. Thank you so much." I choked up with tears, remembering how they had silently supported us, respecting our desire to live on our own in the family home. Of course, we wanted to invite them to meet his fiancée. I tried to picture what kind of person she was. Given his enthusiastic pursuit, I had no doubt she was a wonderful girl. At that time, I was eagerly looking forward to meeting her, without any doubts. The big day finally arrived. Grandma and Uncle Jason were over, eagerly waiting for Tristan's fiancée. "Can't believe he's getting married. I wonder what she's like." Grandma squinted her eyes with a delighted smile. Uncle Jason chimed in. "He's always been the type to go all out for his partner. I hope he didn't fall for some troublemaker." True, he has had this habit forever, going all out for someone he's into. Initially, the other person is happy about it, but eventually, they start taking it for granted. Things either end with him getting dumped or fading out. I agreed. As long as he's happy, I guess it's all good, Uncle Jason concluded. Just as I was pondering, there was the sound of the front door opening. Hey guys, we're here, Tristan called out. Heading to the entrance to greet them, I found a beautiful girl standing next to Tristan. Her name was Lou, 4 years older than him. She had an elegant figure, and I couldn't help but think she was way too good for him. But then, an alarm went off inside me. When we greeted Lou, Tristan said, "This is my sister, Sylvia."
Oh,
"Hi," she said casually, a bit puzzled. I responded with a smile. "Nice to meet you. I'm glad you came. Please come inside. Grandma and Uncle Jason are here too." Assuming she might be nervous, I guided them to the living room. As we talked, I figured out why I felt alarmed earlier. She wasn't exactly the friendliest person. Tristan's always been a bit absent-minded, you know. Hope he hasn't been causing you any trouble. I tried to make conversation. Not really, she replied curtly. With the relatives here today, maybe you're feeling a bit nervous? I suggested. No, she responded, with just a couple of words. Most people would put on a smile and act friendly in a situation like this, but she maintained a sullen expression throughout. I initially thought she might be nervous, but she remained the same. Trying to ease the tension, I dropped the serious talk and tried to make some small talk. Is there something you enjoy doing? I asked, trying to lighten the mood. She sighed and suddenly stood up. There's something I've been wanting to say to you. I was flabbergasted by her sudden confrontation. What she said next was even more unbelievable. You rely financially on your little brother because of your disability, right? Living off him. You're just trash in this society, she exclaimed loudly. Her words froze me, Tristan, Grandma, and Uncle Jason. It felt like time stood still, and everyone just gaped at her. What the heck did she just say? I glared at her, holding back my rage. Tristan spoke up first in a tense situation. Lou, what are you saying? You know she's a business owner. Seeing him suppressing his anger was something out of the ordinary. He rarely got mad at others. But Lou wouldn't let up. A business owner? Well, if you're running a business, it's not going well, is it? After all, you're taking money from him every month. It's weird to do that at your age. I won't let anyone, even you, criticize my sister, Tristan said firmly. You don't get it. You keep giving your money away. That's why we can't even have a wedding. As I was about to calm the heated situation, Grandma spoke up before me. Tristan, Lou, why don't you calm down a bit? With her gentle expression, they started to regain some composure. We came here to celebrate you too, so stop fighting. Uncle Jason followed suit, and both of them fell silent. Lou, do you know the history of Sylvia and Tristan? Grandma asked. I've heard a bit, Lou replied. All right, maybe I should tell you again. Listen up. Grandma began recounting the story. She talked about the time our parents passed away when Tristan was 4 and my legs were injured at the same time. How I'd been taking care of and supporting him since then. When she finished, Lou turned to her with a question. So, why didn't you guys lend a hand? I've heard they didn't want to leave this house, but come on, living just the two of them wasn't realistic. Her words and tone infuriated me. Grandma glanced at Uncle Jason and, surprisingly, put a smile on her face. Well, that might be the usual way of things. But you see, we saw their seriousness in their eyes, so we decided to watch over them. At that moment, I understood how she felt back then for the first time. Uncle Jason took over. Of course, we were worried sick about these kids. We tried reaching out to help multiple times. But their determination to live on their own was incredibly strong. Eventually, we decided to watch over them from a bit of a distance, just in case they needed help. Both Grandma and Uncle Jason did exactly that, with so much love and compassion. Thanks to them, we've made it this far. Sylvia worked hard at her job for Tristan after graduating high school. She worked so diligently that you wouldn't have even noticed her disability. I can still see it clearly in my mind. Uncle Jason nodded along. Yeah. Thanks to her, Tristan was able to go to college, Grandma added. Lou threw another question. I get that she worked hard to raise him. But what's it got to do with taking money? Regardless of her tone, Grandma calmly responded without getting upset. As Tristan mentioned earlier, she's a business owner. She's not struggling for money at all. Have you heard about that patisserie that's often featured in magazines? Grandma spread out pamphlets from the shop on the table. Lou looked at it with a puzzled expression. Yeah, I know about it. But what's the point? With a slightly pleased expression, Grandma said, "She's been running this shop."
What? Lou looked shocked.
The shop that hired me after high school was initially a small cake shop in my hometown. The cakes were delicious, and I wanted more people to know about them, so I revamped the website, asked influencers and bloggers for collaborations, and actively promoted it. Gradually, it gained popularity, which led to expansion. Now, we have 10 stores nationwide. 2 years ago, the owner fell ill, and I was appointed as the new CEO. It's been hectic, but I'm feeling fulfilled. So you see, maybe it's unnecessary to say this again, but Sylvia isn't struggling for money. Having learned my true identity, Lou seemed thoroughly deflated. Then Tristan spoke up. "Lou, the money is something I'm forcefully giving to my sister." She looked at him, confused. It's only natural for me to be grateful to my sister, who raised me in place of our parents. She gave up going to college for my sake, and has been living for me. This is my way to express that gratitude. I'm repaying not just with words, but also with my expenses. Hearing this from Tristan for the second time, I felt a special warmth. The first time he mentioned paying me back, I declined, but he awkwardly and forcefully insisted I accept the money. Today, his speech exuded genuine gratitude, and it warmed my heart. I didn't expect to hear something like this from you here, of all places. Today, I just wanted to introduce you to my sister and relatives as my fiancé, because you don't seem so well off, even though you're working at a good company. Lou blurted out her true feelings. I instinctively put my hand upon my forehead. Oh no, he did it again. Grandma and Uncle Jason rolled their eyes, sharing my exasperation. In other words, he still needs to develop a keen eye for women. Sensing our unspoken thoughts, Tristan told Lou, "Sorry, but let's just forget about us. We'll call off the engagement." And so, Tristan and Lou parted ways. Her appearance was stunning, but her behavior during our first meeting and the way she insulted me didn't make me want to become family with her. "I really don't have a good eye for these things," Tristan mumbled, letting out a sigh of despair. Comforting him was challenging. "You're only 26. Why rush into a marriage so soon?" "Well, I thought about getting married because I wanted to free you." "What?" I asked, surprised. "You've always put me first. I felt that, and I'm truly grateful. But I want you to start thinking about your own happiness." So he was rushing into marriage out of concern for me. Realizing his honest feelings, my eyes teared up. I tousled his hair to distract myself from becoming too emotional. "Anyhow, you need to improve your judgment of people, but thanks. Of course, I always wish for your happiness." His words made me feel like all the struggles I'd been through were finally paying off. Reflecting on my life, it's indeed been centered around him since our parents passed away. I've been relentless in my dedication to work, avoiding any troubles for him and concerns for our relatives. My own love life, interests, and leisure activities were all put on hold. There were tough times, moments when I wondered, why is it only me? Because of this incident, I finally understood his genuine sentiments toward me. From now on, I'm not going to focus solely on work, but also consider my own happiness and enrich my personal life. Even if something happens to me, instead of taking it negatively, I'll choose to view it positively, believing that embracing a positive mindset will lead to a brighter future.
It's not just about me.
It will also contribute to Tristan's happiness. From now on, I'm determined to enjoy my life more than anyone else.